have there. And I suggest that you make a recording and listen to it. Now, if you do self-hypnosis on yourself and you're talking to yourself, if you fall asleep, then no one's doing any hypnosis. The hypnotherapist is falling asleep because that's you. So I suggest that you either have a friend do it for you, so that if you fall asleep, it'll be okay. And if you do fall asleep, you'll still receive the programming. It'll be okay. But better than that is making a recording. You can make an MP3 for yourself and just listen to it. So what I want to talk to you now about is how to do that. What's in a hypnosis session? Well, we've got an induction, first of all. Any hypnosis session you listen to is going to have an induction. Anyone know what an induction is? You're getting induced into something. You're getting pulled into the hypnosis. So it's just a boring walk along the beach. It should be boring. This is not the day that there's a volleyball tournament on the beach. It's not the day that the shark rolled up on the beach. This is a boring day on the beach. Boring but beautiful. Keep in mind, when you do an induction, boring but beautiful. So you're describing everything about the beach, what the waves sound like, what color they are, what color the clouds are, feeling the breeze on you, involving all of your senses. Do that for about 10 minutes. Not talking about hypnosis, not talking about changing or anything, just talking about a boring but beautiful walk on the beach or walk in the woods, or some people relax listening to the city sounds, if you can describe that. Just some kind of relaxing story where you involve all the senses. That's how you induce a hypnotic state. That's how you kind of start pulling yourself into it. Next is the deepening. The deepening should be about, the deepening should be about 5 minutes. So the induction's about 10 minutes, deepening's about 5 minutes. Now the deepening is just intensifying the state. Let's say we had you walking on the beach for the induction. The deepening can now be watching the sunset. It's something or yourself going down. So either you going down some stairs or the sun going down. Something's going down, and as it does, you count from 10 to 1. They have standardized training. I mean, you think acupuncture, you may think acupuncture is kind of wacky. I know I do a little bit, but I like going to acupuncturists because it's just kind of a cool thing, but at the same time I'm thinking that's a little different. But they have national standardization. They have licensing. Acupuncturists are licensed professionals. Hypnotherapists are not yet. So that's why I'm going to school to get a degree in education, to lobby before Congress to get that, so people know what a hypnotherapist is. But until we get that, and until we kind of weed out some of this Hollywood nonsense, we're going to have that. We're going to have fear of, oh my goodness, you're going to make them into zombies, that kind of thing. So that's just what we have to deal with right now. Yes?
So a Manchurian Candidate scenario would never be possible?
I saw the original one like in the 70s. Was that they controlled him, controlled his mind? You know what? There are there's a part of the population, about 10% of the population, is very suggestible. Why don't can we do like a suggestibility test on everyone? Or is that going beyond? All they have to do is go like this.
Yeah. And I remember doing it. I've done that once. So.
Okay, let me give you this example, then I'll answer your question more thoroughly with a visual thing. Okay, so this is a suggestibility test. If you don't want to be part of it, you don't have to. It's not hypnosis, so don't worry about it. It's just something to help me demonstrate and answer your question. What I'd like everyone who wants to participate to do is to go ahead and clasp your hands like this. Do that. See how I have my hands clasped? Okay, and go ahead and put that over your head. Okay, now because your hands are so tightly clasped together, they're interlaced, because they're so tightly clasped together, you cannot pull them apart. So try as you may, you can't pull them apart. Go ahead and try. They won't come apart, okay? But now, when I snap my fingers, they will. Okay, so everybody go ahead and put their hands down. Okay, now, you can go ahead and put your hands down. The most suggestible person in the world. Okay.
Is that Austin?
So, you'll get A's from now on. So, now, I'd like you all to raise your hands. Whose hands were stuck together when I said they were stuck? Who couldn't pull their hands apart? Raise your hand right now. Who couldn't pull your hands apart? Okay. So you can put your hands down now. So maybe about 10%, would you say? That's how many hands, right? About 10% of the people? That's the percentage of the population that is highly suggestible. about 10% of the population is highly suggestible. They're usually called somnambulists, which means sleepwalkers, but for some reason they got that title. I don't know if they necessarily sleepwalk. Any of you raise your hand, sleepwalk? Did you raise your hand when you sleepwalk? Okay, so maybe there's some correlation there. You saw it visually. You saw about 10% of the people roughly raise their hands. They couldn't get their hands apart. Now, why is that? Why couldn't they get their hands apart? Well, some of them were probably thinking, I probably could get my hands apart, but I don't really want to. But, they don't know because they didn't test it. They don't know that. So about 10% of the population is very suggestible. If I say something, they're going to act on it. If you're looking for the Manchurian candidate type person, you would have to choose from among that population, people who are very suggestible. And then you would have to find kind of an outlier, an anomaly, someone who's highly, highly suggestible out of those. Someone who's more suggestible, just off the chart suggestible. So it is theoretically possible to pull off something like that. I don't remember the movie.